Hey, good day, everybody. Thank you for joining us on yet another episode of the podcast. And this morning's episode, we're going to be talking about women's health, nutrition, and food security in Africa. And I'm joined in the studio by Lady Sarah Olagoke. And I'll just read out her profile so you guys get to know her a bit better before we start out the conversation. So, Lady Sarah Afolabi Olagoke is a passionate social impact entrepreneur dedicated to transforming food systems into an engine of nourishment, equity, and sustainability. As the founder of Tersly Food and Bloom Women Initiative, she leads a pioneering effort in regenerative agro-processing, addressing food security, enhancing family nutrition, and advancing women reproductive health, particularly in underserved communities. Her mission-driven work empowers women, youth, through access to nutritious food, education, and sustainable livelihood. With a deep rooted belief that entrepreneurship is a tool for transformation, she's committed to solving real world problems while restoring the planet's uplifting community. Beyond the boardroom, she consults with purpose driven organizations to enhance employee productivity, strengthen team efficiency, and foster value aligned performance culture. She champions sustainable innovation, community well-being, and inclusive impact. She welcomes partnerships that aligns with her vision for healthier and more equitable future. All right, guys, that's that's her profile. And so now we're just going to start out the conversation with her, and we're just going to be learning more about we're just going to be learning more. Yes, we're just going to impact they've been able to provide over the years of their. So just bear with us, guys. I think we're having a bit of connectivity issue back in no time. Yes, 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 yes. I like the work that she's doing, particularly to the fact that it's geared towards like, and how women can be able to medical needs through food products, right? Through food products. Personally, I'm an advocate that you can eat your will to wholeness. The same way you can eat your way to sickness, you can eat your will to wholeness. Fantastic! Welcome back.
I think
Hear me? Oh, okay. I'm guessing that her network dropped her off, but she should be back. But just like I was saying, I believe that you can eat your way to wholeness as much as you can eat your way to disease, right? So there's like a lifestyle that if you are frequently engaged in, you are knowingly or unknowingly setting yourself up for sickness or disease. But there's also like a lifestyle change that should be able to help you um, repair your system and just help you sort of eradicate diseases out of your system because those kinds of changes would be helpful in like flushing out things, toxins out of your system through foods. And so I believe that those are the areas in which our conversations would span across today. So guys, just bear with us. You should be able to reconnect back to us soonest. Yeah, she should be able to reconnect back to us soonest. So just bear with us. Right? She's coming in. She's coming in again, coming in again. But so far, Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Welcome
It's
back.
Hetel's network. I'm so sorry.
No problem. We understand. We understand these things. So I was just having a conversation with myself and the audience before you came in, and I was talking to them about. I like the fact that your business is more about women's health, and I believe that there's a way people can reclaim their health through food.
Yes.
There's a way people are cleaning their hair through foods, and I believe that's like what your Bloom initiative is about. So as we start out the conversation, I would like you to tell us a bit about Bloom initiative and also what inspired you to start out Tersly's Foods. So let's start out the conversation from there.
Okay. Can I go ahead?
Fantastic, yes.
Okay. Okay. So good morning, everybody, and happy weekend. Okay. So I'm sorry about my voice, actually. Although I have a voice, but it's not as strong as
So guys, please do bear with us. I'm guessing there's a bit of network glitch from our end, but she should be able to reconnect and join us back in no time. But like I was saying earlier, I strongly believe that we are in an era where it is important for us to take our nutrition more seriously. I'm not saying that we've not been taking it more seriously, but I think that it is okay. Welcome back. But I think that it is okay. Welcome back. Can you hear us?
I sincerely don't know what is wrong with my Airtel. Everything is there. In fact, I want to move to MTN now. I
Okay, it's
want to try
fine.
and move to MTN now.
Okay.
Yes. So please just give me few seconds. Let me quickly do that. So
Mm.
that Airtel won't keep dealing with us this way. Yeah.
All
Thank you.
right, that's fine. That's fine. So, guys, she wants to change her service providers to ensure that we have a seamless stream during this interaction today. But like as I was saying, I strongly believe that there's a way that okay, I'm guessing she'll be back soon. But however, I strongly believe that there's a way that um, we are able to reclaim our health through nutrition. We are able to reclaim our health through nutrition. And because why is this important is that health is wealth. Like, regardless of how intelligent, how resourceful, regardless of the expertise that you have, if you are not healthy, there's so little that you can do in terms of like work and even create impact in society, right? And so that's like the basics. And I know that the audience might be wondering why exactly how does this impact, food security? Because if people are not healthy, how, there's no way if you're like, if you're not in a good state of being, there's no way you can actually push to do more. So your health is like the basic. And so if people are sick, you can't be thinking about being, creating impact in the world if you're sick. There's no way. So there's that place for that nutrition because that would help you. take care of your body, take care of your mind. Because I've also realized that there's certain foods that you eat that would even make you either feel maybe heavy. And so if you're feeling heavy, you're having like there's certain food that your system is they're not, in harmony with, and you eat those kinds of food, you might feel like you're having metabolism issues. Your body might not be able to break those things down. That's another condition in itself. But there are certain foods that your body absorb quickly. There are certain foods that your body might not be able to absorb quickly. Maybe just because of the way your system has been, not necessarily built, but the way you overload your system with so many things over the years, no cleansing or detoxing of your system. There's just so much going on around. So that's why this conversation is really important. And I'm happy that we have an expert, particularly for women's health, because as women, there's so much that a woman or women are are have like the responsibility to do in society, whether it's within the home front or even at work, family. There's just a lot going on, and so that's why this conversation is important. So, guys, just bear with us. I'm trusting that you'd be able to do the connectivity switch, and we should be able to start out in no time. So just bear with us, please. Okay. We're good? Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh,
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
yes. So I expect that MTN would do us well.
Of course, they always do. They always
I'm
do.
sorry, everybody. I am sorry. This is how you know that I am in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So I think, do you remember the first question, or should I take the question again?
Yes, yes, I do that. What do we do at Bloom Woman Initiative? Okay,
Yeah.
so yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so at Bloom Woman Initiative, what we do is that we promote reproductive health education, nutrition. We environments. We make sure that we carry them along because they even need it more than us.
Yeah.
Then also we give community support. So at Bloom Woman Initiative, it started as a community for PCOS awareness and reproductive health issues awareness because it is an experience that I have lived, I live, and I found out that so many women are also living in this experience, this condition, and some are yet to be diagnosed. Some are already misdiagnosed, and some who are diagnosed already do not even know how to go about it yet. They don't know the next step to take, they don't know what to do. And getting the drugs, that's the medication in Nigeria, can be so expensive that
Yes.
and understanding the whole thing about the reproductive health. So that's who we are. We are
Wow. So she was just, sharing with us how Bloom initiative started and how uh, it is targeted towards women's health, and stating that she at some point in time had a bit of challenges with her health, and being able to overcome that then inspired her to start out the Bloom Woman initiative, as well as the Tesla's food brand, because she wanted to be able to produce agricultural products that could help with that at scale. So yeah, welcome back.
thank you. I don't know what is going on. I honestly don't know.
It's
We have
understand.
about 3 minutes here. In
It's
fact, the
understand.
office Wi-Fi is not even coming on at all. At all.
Wow. Wow.
So sorry. Okay,
No problem.
so I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier about
Yeah.
Bloom Woman.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay,
Yes, I did.
yes. And then also Bloom Woman is an extension of Tersly Foods. It's like the community aspect of Tersly Foods. Our way of
Okay.
reaching out to people, not like we are just processing foods or we are selling food products. No, we are selling food products. We are giving back to the community. We are educating both women and family because women comes from the family. Obviously, we have
Of
the
course.
girl before the woman stage.
Yes.
So
Mm.
we reach out to families to catch them young, so that when you invite what's it called, this quality health education, nutrition, lifestyle. I mean healthy lifestyle, when you instill in them at a very young age, it lives with them.
True.
And going away from it, they'll find it difficult. Even if they do, it will still be, it won't be like those who do not have that opportunity. So
Yes.
that's what the whole Bloom Woman initiative is all about. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's just amazing to hear
Thank
that
you.
your enterprise started as you found a solution to the challenge you had and then looked for ways to also help other people with that same challenge. And you're not just doing that, you're also trying to expand your reach to the next generation, which is catering and educating younger girls so that they don't even get to that point where they now sort of come up with face those challenges. Wow.
Yeah,
Good.
thank
Really,
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So my next question is, from your work on ground, what are some of like the most pressing nutritional challenges that you see that African women face today? And what are like the long-term implications of these challenges?
Okay, so I will start with our farming practices in Africa first. And some are to do with chemical grown plants, and
Yes.
all these things too boils down back to the health, either the woman or the man. There is still a way that it still finds its way back. Those chemicals still find their way back to us, to our health. And also, I would say the access is not there for good food. So most times people have to do away with whatever they have. And due to the increasing inflation in the food sector as well, we have to deal with people who will tell you, I just need to be full. I just want to
Mm,
put something in my tummy. So
yes.
that's another thing. They do not care about the nutritional benefits that they need. They don't care about it. They don't care about how they need to grow
Mm,
with with healthy foods, healthy vegetables, and so many people just tend to do with whatever they have, and they'll tell you, I'm cutting costs, and that cutting cost is actually affecting a lot. You are cutting cost on good food, on good health, but then you are spending so much on treating what that condition gave you. So that's
mm,
another issue that we have when it comes to getting the right nutrition in Africa. Many people,
mm,
in fact, aside the chemical growth, that's why we now encourage organic farming. And at Tersly Food, what we do is we work closely with our farmers. I grew up in the north, so this is an added advantage for me. I grew up in the north, and my grandparents from my mother's side, they are northerners, we were farmers, like proper farmers. So, in fact, my grandpa made sure that all the grandchildren, he said he does not know the number of grandchildren he's going to have, and he does not know if he's going to meet all of us. But one thing is certain, that every of his grandchild must have a plot of land to farm. That was his words. And as every grandchild is being added to the family, you just hear, oh, there is a land. Oh, we have a land for her. We have a land for him. And everybody will be like, really? So it's an advantage for me to also get closer to farming system and understand what farming itself is, then the storage, and how we can, now that we are now educated and we are a bit exposed, we now understand how we can also curb post-harvest loss, which is another factor of why we do not get the quality nutrition we need, because most of them had been wasted either during storage or along the supply chain. So
yes.
so that's it. So we had to learn how to do that. So that's why that's how I was able to get connection with these farmers, whereby we now work together for all our products. So we know how the plants, we even know when they needed to cultivate. And then the storage, we take it up. We uptake directly from them, then we store it, ensuring an end-to-end process whereby everything is chemical free. That's it. Because of what we are pushing out there is sustainability and total food safety and nutrition, quality nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good. Really, really good.
Thank
Really,
you.
really good.
Thank you.
Impressive work you guys are doing with Tesla's food and Bloom initiative.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So my next question to you is, how does access to reproductive health education influences women's ability to make informed nutritional decisions and lifestyle choices for herself and her family?
Okay, so when we educate these women, we also educate them on food, lifestyle, and how they need to eat. Like we what we push to them more is that eat with intention. Don't just eat
Mm,
to get full. Eat with intention. Be deliberate. Like be selfish about what you consume. And I'm putting
mm,
it out to our viewers as well. You need to be deliberate about what you take in, either as a
mm,
woman or as a man.
mm,
If we are being careful with that, then I would say major factor of reproductive health issues is solved. Then we can now look at the aspect of hereditary or other health conditions that could have led to that. When you eat with intentionality, I'm telling you, you've solved half, or let me say more than half of the problem here. So that's what we push to them. Because we discovered that many of these women, when we meet them out there, during our community outreach or hangouts, or we just community engagement, we found out that most of them just consume anything, and also they believe in, oh, let me take this thing, they said it boosts this, it does that, you get. So a lot, and also some, and even those who are in the city who are educated, that we feel okay, you have access to so many of these things. They'll tell you they're trying to shed weight or they're trying to lose weight. They want to, is this snatch? Yes, they want to snatch. They find out that you find out that most of these things that they take to achieve these goals also have an effect on their reproductive health. Then our
mm,
lifestyle generally. Speaking of the likes of alcohol, stress management, poor sleep, a sleeping pattern, you get so many
yeah.
things. So all these things boils down. And trust me, if you meet medical doctors today, the first thing they will recommend to any woman who is expecting or who is trying to conceive is prioritize rest. When you rest well, the body too will be able to relax. All the nerves, everything that is responsible for reproduction to be able to relax. And that is when conception can take place. Then when you do all that, then you take medications and the rest. And if it is not now working, then they will take it a step further. That's it. But they will not just, you will not meet a doctor today and the next thing is they will start pumping you with drugs. No. With medications, no. The first thing they will push to you is your lifestyle. Do you take alcohol? How often do you rest? What is your lifestyle like? What is your nutrition style? Your daily food or meal plan is. These are the questions they would always ask first before they will now know the treatment that they need to commence. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, I think the
There's something you
network
just
is
said
taking.
that there's something you just said that I feel is like quotable. You said eat with intentionality. That's really good. Eat with intentionality. That's really, really good. Like having to tell people that
I
you
think,
don't just
is it my network or our network? I don't even know now.
okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Nigerian
me?
network and disappointment during rainy season.
Can you hear me? There's something interesting you said, which is eat with intentionality. Don't just eat anything. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, I think there was something you said that I feel like it's tweetable or quotable. You said eat with intentionality. And I think that,
Yes.
that's something that most people don't do. Just like you said, I just something to fill my stomach. But it's like you like you are health conscious, right? And I was
Yes.
saying earlier on, whilst you were trying to sort out your connectivity issue, I said that personally, I believe that there's a way that you can eat yourself to wholeness, and you can eat
Yes.
yourself to peace. And so
Mm-hmm.
there are certain
Yes.
conditions that even if you just make a little bit of your dietary changes, your health issues that
Mm-hmm.
you're dealing with would go away.
Yes. Yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
Really good.
And the interesting thing is you don't even need to break the bank to access most of this food. You don't. They are what we have. So many of us, when I had to start speaking about plants, herbs, spices, people tend to ask me like, "Are you a herbs doctor or are you a spice consultant?" And I tell them, "I have been in this journey for more than 7 years, so you should know that I have made my research
Mm-hmm.
even outside of Nigeria, down to other West African countries, down to East Africa, even outside of Africa, so that we would know that, okay, even when doctors, and I tell people in my community, we are not against medicine, we complement what medicine would do. So if
Mm.
you're taking a medication, we ensure that your lifestyle and the food that you consume works in line with those medications so that you will not tag our Nigerian doctors or whatsoever doctor that you're meeting as quack. We are very good with passing the judgment to other people, passing the blame to others while we don't
Yes.
check ourselves. Yes. I've had someone who told me that, oh, she takes one of our medications with and this is someone that was advised to stay out of dairy products. So she just said because she cannot take that drugs alone, so she makes sure that she use hot chocolate, then she adds milk on it again. And I'm like, what was prescribed for you here? One of the things here was that you should stay away from dairy. Yes, now I'm not taking chocolate. I said, and now you are coming to tell me that you are not sure if the consultant actually knows what he or she is doing. She said, yes. I said, okay, no problem. Then you hear some people tell you, oh, I can't do away with bread. And I'll tell them, you can eat oat bread.
Mm.
You can make bread with plantain flour. You can make bread with rice flour. You can make bread with beans flour, madam. And she'll be like, no. I said, no, 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 no. Let's stop putting ourselves in situations that will make us even question our health ourselves. So I tell them, we are not fighting with the medical practitioner. In fact, we have them in our community. We work with them closely. For every outreach, we drag them along. There was one that we just finished on the 28th of June. They came. We had medical partners who came. We have those who are there for consultation. We have those who are there for post screening consultation as well and counseling. Rather, we had those in the lab who were doing the scans. We have those who were in the other screening room, screening them for breast cancer, cervical cancer, and others. You get me? So we
Yeah.
work hand in hand with them. Food will not replace the whole medicine fully. And trust me,
Yeah.
medicine would not replace food itself.
Yes.
So, but they can work hand in hand. So that's it. And you don't even need to break the bank.
I like that. I like that. I like how you talked about the fact
Okay.
that you know herbs the herbs is not going to replace medicine, it's just going to complement it. And I think
Yeah.
that more people need to hear that. Like they are not
Yes.
fighting, they work hand in hand. they can both converge. They're not, it's not a war. It's not like, oh, I'm for food, I'm not for medicine. I'm for medicine, I'm not for food. No, they can work.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So, can you sort of
Okay.
share with us like a specific story or experience from your work that sort of captures the power of empowering women through food and health education? Can you share like a specific
Okay.
story?
Okay. I will share one, then I will share mine as well. Okay.
Okay.
So there is a woman in my community that she reached out 2 years ago. No, 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 no. Early last year that she has been having fertility issue for 3 years now. And when she went to the hospital, she was diagnosed with PCOS. And then it was the doctor that actually recommended our page that, oh, I came across a woman that once shared a story. So why not just follow this page? That the followers are not really much, but with people that have sent to her, we've had success stories. Till date, I don't know the doctors because they all told me that the doctor refused to disclose himself. Maybe does not
Okay.
want to be put out there. So I'm like, okay. So I told her, can I see the medications? She showed me and I told her, you need to change your food. Yeah, and funny enough, this woman is a baker. And
Mm,
and sugar itself and white flour, that's the wheat flour, has a whole lot of contribution to
mm,
worsen the case. So I told her, I said, can you be disciplined in your field? She said, how? I said, if you want to bake, get someone to taste everything for you. Avoid sugar. Switch to date products. Then, if you now know that you like baking a lot, switch to healthy flour. So we introduced our product to her. She got quite a few at first, and then I made sure that I prioritized her health, her sleeping pattern. I followed her, I monitored her. When she came to the office, I had to set her phone to 8 p.m. Once it's 8 p.m., the phone lights shut down and she will not be able to do anything else. So I spoke with the husband as well that both of you need to work hand in hand if you know that you want to have a child. And the man, so I told him to go and do some tests. And as time goes on, she started losing the weight. Her skin started popping. She was looking better. Even the husband reached out to me. And around 2 months ago, she gave us our baby boy. She gave us our baby boy.
that's so good.
So it was, in fact, during the naming ceremony, I could not attend. So she told the husband to stream live because she wants to share a testimony of us. And where I was, I felt a sign of fulfillment.
Yes.
Like there is another one like that in the UK, and I thought I said, "Sure, you know that you people in UK, I've been to you people's place before. Most of you, the food that are accessible are all these junks that worsen your health. But if you can
Mm,
just close eyes, if you know that getting things from Nigeria would cost you more, visit the Chinese. Visit the Chinese stores, get oats, blend them yourself. Call me, I'll guide you on how you process some of these things because of where you are. And she said no, that she will be buying it directly from here. So every month she has a list that we send and she gets it like that. Her box is always ready. And in less than how many months she conceived, and our baby girl will be born by when? I think September. Yes, in 2 months' time, our blue princess will be born. And even I myself, I battled undiagnosed. Then when I diagnosed it, I was told to come back when I'm ready to give birth. I went back when I was ready. Still, there was nothing. In fact, we did IVF, we did a whole lot. I've had miscarriages of Not one, not two, not three, more than five. I think up to eight. Yes, yes. So that's how funny it is. And then I was way bloated. You see this face that is shining like this without makeup or anything. It was worst. Then my neck, you can see the whole thing is brighter now. Then when you see me anywhere, you think I am a pregnant woman. You just assume that lady is pregnant. Then you start caring for me like, oh, pregnant woman. But I will be like, no, I'm not pregnant. So, and then I had to change my diet. That was it. I right from time I'm not even much of an eater like that. I don't really eat. So it's one thing that also helped me. Then I prioritize my sleeping pattern. I don't sleep because of my insulin and also the level of hydrogen and progesterone. So I find sleeping very difficult. But what I do is once it's 9 p.m., even if you want to give me millions of naira, if you cannot wait till tomorrow, please go and give someone else. You will not even call. The call would not even come in because
Do
it's
not
just take,
disturb.
yes, it's just take a seconds to pick that phone and press it. Once you press it, before you know it, you are there 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And the screen reflection, the hours that you needed to sleep is shorting already. So that's it. So, and with time, everything, in fact, I told my husband, I am done being a lab rat. I am done. I don't want syringes. I don't want any medication again. I am done. In fact, you can go and marry elsewhere. If you know you want a child, go. I free you. And it was like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. There are so many
Wow.
children out there that needs parents. We can easily adopt. If the parents are stressing us, or we move to another place where they will not get access to us. If you feel they are stressing you and your mental health is really affected. So, and the period I prioritized what I eat, my nutrition, I ensured quality nutrition, tea, fruits, herbs, spices. Even when I conceived, I didn't even know that as someone was growing inside me for 4 months. I did not. It took someone in the market, an old woman in the market, to warn me. And not even in Nigeria. I was in Ivory Coast. So a friend asked us to go out, that we should go to the market, like we should just take a market store. And the woman was telling me in Yoruba, they have a funny language there, and was like, why am I coming out this hard? Don't I know that I'm pregnant? There is not really, the Africa might
Mm-hmm.
about pregnant women in the market during the sun. And I'm like, I'm not pregnant. And she's like, you're pregnant. And my friend said, those women, they cannot just say this like that. And truly, you are glowing somehow. I said, of course, I look fine. She said, no. So we now had to buy pregnancy stripe. And when we got to the scan room to scan, they were like 4 months plus, and I'm like, on this tummy. I mean, it's an experience. It's a lot, but we thank God.
Wow. Just hearing you share this numerous experience, it's just helping me understand how a little conscious, deliberate tweak in just lifestyle change can make a huge difference in the person's overall health.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's really good. Wow.
Thank you.
That's really good. Really good. Hmm.
Thank you.
So, so my next question to you at this time is, many people think that food security is just about availability of food, right? What are some of the overlooked factors, such as like culture or knowledge gap that affects how women access nutritious food?
Okay. So the first thing is when people talk about food security, they feel is about we reducing waste, that's post-harvest loss waste or crop waste. But the truth is, food security starts from the processing of when you acquire the land,
Mm.
the soil,
Yes.
how healthy it is. When the
Mm.
soil is good and the seeds are healthy, you don't really need chemicals. We can grow our plants chemical free. Yes, we can. Then the storage itself. Many people will tell you, oh, we have storage that helps to reduce the rate of food waste so that we can increase the food security in Africa. But when you check the food storage, the storage facility, they are telling you how conducive is it for those crops. And for each crops, they require their own pattern and
Yeah.
storage style.
Yeah.
So you cannot store sorghum the way you're going to store beans. And you
True.
cannot store plantains the way you're going to store tomatoes.
Yes.
So also the logistics, the supply chain, the
Mm.
process, because many people want to make more profits. So
Mm.
during the processing stage, they have ways that they do all these things that they had. And they'll tell you, oh, we are fortifying it. But when you check it, it's really telling on the health. It's affecting us as women, it's affecting our children, it's affecting the babies, it's affecting the men, it's affecting even the old people. And that's why you find out that at old stage, they'll tell some to avoid certain food because we are not really sure of how they are being preserved.
Mm. Yeah.
So these things is like ensuring nutrition goes beyond food security of trying to curb waste. No, I tell people food security is everything. Healthy foods, healthy soil, healthy seeds, healthy storage. We have to be intentional, even down to our frozen food, down to our animal crops. No, not crops. Animal farmings rather. Yeah, livestock farming, the livestock
Yeah.
farming as well. There was a period that we were told not to eat wings of birds, of the likes of turkey, chicken. In fact, that period, I think I was still in secondary school, and there was a time that they told us to not go near some kind of pineapple because of the preservative measures that comes with it. So all these things have their own rivers, have their own effects on our health as humans, especially as black race. And I tell
Yeah.
people, forget about this whole thing. I don't want to be racist here, but because the other people feels, oh, they are blacks and nothing really happens to them, they tend to turn us more to their lab sites, their dumping sites for kind of foods. There are some drinks, some Pepsi drinks that soda drinks that I would never take again. I stopped soda
Mm.
drinks as way back as 2020, 2016. Yeah. Was it 16 or 17? I was in Dubai and I take soda drink. Then when I traveled, what I was given was having a different taste. The label was so well well written, well explained that you will know the quantity of every, like even if it's just a tip, you know what you're consuming. But
Yeah.
it's not like that here. So we need our regulatory bodies to go beyond the old come and pay for your regulatory fees, compliance fees, you get all these things. You need to go beyond that. You need to
Yes.
check their processing. And I'm not even talking about the small businesses now. Because most of these small people, small businesses in food and drink, they don't even have the capacity of the finance to even run the things these guys are running. So you
Yeah.
need to go after those big boys there to see what is actually going through us. Then it was really sad again for me when we left what's it called? We left Dubai. Then I traveled to Rwanda in 2018. I found out that everything there is regulated, up
Mm.
to their orange juice. How
Mm.
did I know about this was I felt ill. Even before I left Nigeria, I've been feeling very funny. So my colleagues were even laughing at me like, "Oh, you don't like flying? Why? That you are always sick every time we fly with you. Why?" And I said, "It's not like that. It's just that I've not rested. I've been here. You get." So my health was not really in good shape. So when I got there, it's worse. It's got worse, and I was taken to the hospital. The food, the drink, the water. I found out that the water and the drink, and I'm like, okay, maybe they are the sponsor. But when I was discharged and we were going to their mart, even to the open market, I found out that everything there is well regulated, is well labeled, and you can find zero to little to zero chemical products on their shelves. I was really impressed. So you can see that we have a long way to go. Recently, there have been research, there have been reports on the milk. That's the formula that children take in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nigeria, that it is not the same thing, even when it is the same brand in other parts of the world, in Europe, in Asia, in America. It is different from what our children in Africa are consuming. Even
Mm.
my boy, when he was still a baby and he was taking formula, we bought fake formula several times. But because I am very intentional, every time we open a new thing, I taste it. I taste it. I do not only lick, I mix it in water and I drink to see. And then some were even having particles, some were having, I think, iron that were magnetic, some the sugar content. And I'm like, what is this? So trust me, I switched though. Me, I started giving my son tiger nuts,
Mm.
the pap. Immediately we switched to pap because I was not really lactating very well for him to have the right amount of the milk he needed. So we needed supplements. So we had to make pap, and we were using tiger nut milk and coconut milk for him
Mm.
as his own source of milk. That was because I was frustrated. And these products, we did not purchase them by the roadside. We didn't. We got them from reputable supermarkets, reputable pharmacies that has a section for these things. Then imagine. So there is a lot that we need to do. It's not only when people do not have access to that food that there is food insecurity. It is not only when people do not have what's it called this thing to there is okay, yeah, do not have access to food. That's not the only time that food security is coming up, or when our
Mm.
farmers cannot farm due to security insecurities. That is not
Yes,
the
exactly.
only issue we have. Yes, and inflation is not the only food insecurity that we also have. Everything around these things that I've listed affects us all. So as long as they are still out there, I still take them as insecurity. Because what is the essence of you having access to food that are not healthy?
Yeah.
That's it.
This conversation has been really insightful. Like, there's so
Thank you.
many touch points you highlighted that I have not really thought about. And just to just hear that even baby foods, oh my God. Just
Sincerely, it is really sad. Really sad. Really, really sad. Even their medicine, their medications. Ah,
oh, speaking
we
of
need to
medicine,
do
let's not
better.
just go there. There's a TikTok I saw yesterday that um a popular, tech influencer was just somebody was in and talked about like his health condition that he had like a sort of like a spine injury or something, and he had gone to the hospital and they gave him some medication. It then turned out that the medication that they gave him resulted to almost like a kidney failure-ish for him. A medication he was taking to treat one sickness led to another sickness. And I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, wow,
That is
wow.
how dangerous it can get. Yes. That is how dangerous all these things can get. So we just need to do better and look beyond the whole storage, the whole thing. I tell people food security is way, way deeper than that. And
Mm.
I am happy researchers are really doing amazingly these days on that.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Speaking of, agro processing, because processing is also involved in things you mentioned, right? What
Yes.
role do you think that agro processing plays in improving nutrition, economic opportunities for women, and how can we sort of, leverage on this, and how are you leveraging on this in your organization?
Okay. So for us, um, when we talk of food processing, is like a value addition to our farming systems. So
Yes,
because you are enhancing these crops, you are
yes,
improving their shelf lives, and you're making us understand that there are better ways that we can also use them rather than consuming them raw. So you're adding
mm,
more value, and also food processing also comes and work hand in hand with nutrition and
mm,
food scientists or technologists, because these are the people that would help us with fortification of
yes,
some of these foods. So there are some products, there are some crops that needs to be fortified for us to use, for us to be able to achieve the health goals that we need while taking some of this food. So that's it. And of course, you need technology to process them. There are traditional ways that we also process, but for us to ensure total safety and hygiene
mm,
and less connection or less connection with human interference is better. As human, we
mm,
cannot be totally be sure of how secured or how safe we are. But this equipment, especially, and that is why the NAFDAC and all these food regulatory bodies will tell you they
yeah,
need stainless steel so that
mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm,
will not absorb or house any kind of chemical or
yeah,
germs that can now lead to food poisoning and food and cross contamination, basically.
yeah,
So that's
mm,
it. So, and if you're in the food processing sector, you need to educate yourself. You need to learn about food safety, hygiene, food safety standard, food processing standard, and then you need to acquire the necessary licenses for you to operate, and you need a technologist on your team, food
mm.
technologist or a nutritionist who would guide the production of this food. Yeah.
Mm, fantastic, fantastic. I know in course of your work, you've engaged a lot of women and a lot of youths. So, what are some of like the strategies you found most effective in engaging in sustainable nutrition health program? Like, what are some of the strategies that have helped you to be sustainable with the programs that you roll out?
Okay. One thing is leveraging on partnership. We've learned that. In fact, even my business at Tersly Foods, we leverage on the power of partnership, collaboration. I tell people
Mm,
there is no one I cannot collaborate with. Once our dreams, our goals, our actions aligns, me, oh, I will I will collaborate. If you don't want me, I want you. And I can, if I want to be a pest, if I want to be a pain, I can. They know me. My people know me. So
mm,
we leverage so much on the power of collaboration and also partnership. And also we roll out on volunteers as well, because
Mm.
we cannot do it all. There are some fields whereby I am not skilled there.
Yes.
There, I will not be the one to do it because I have
Yes.
other things to do.
Yeah.
I have other things to do. Yes. While there are so many others. So we leverage on that as well. Then mentors, yes, mentorship. So I also
Mm.
leverage on mentorship. I meet people, I speak with my mentors for guidance, and by the time you see me loving around these people, you would think I'm a beggar. Because I know where I am going and I know what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow.
it.
That's really
Thank
incredible.
you very
Just
much.
really, really incredible. So, also, what are some of like the misconceptions you've encountered when advocating for like women health, food security, and how have you been able to sort of challenge or change these narratives?
Okay, like what have been encountered, is it for for the blue woman?
Okay, so in fact, for Bruno Newman, yes, like misconceptions, like maybe people feel like, oh, what you're saying, it that particular maybe the particular condition is not pertaining to Africa. You know, women of this age cannot have it. It has to be when you're at this age. Just
Yes,
some of
yes,
the
yes.
misconceptions that you have encountered while advocating for women's
Okay,
health, and how did you overcome it?
okay. So I would use someone whose mother-in-law got my number and called me that, oh, so you're the one feeding her with rubbish. You are the one telling her this, instead of you to come straight with her and be honest with her to let her know that she can never conceive. And I told her, Grandma, no, she would conceive. And it is not her fault. It is not her fault. It is not that she has lived a wayward life. It is not that she
Mm,
has yeah. No, she has never it is not her fault. It's just that the body and what we consume. Now is what she is ijakuje. No ma, it's not about ijakuje. It is not about ijakuje. It is about what we don't have control over. Maybe the production or how is being processed or stored. So now she just needs to be sure of what she takes in. And I am glad that she's now a mom of twins. Like she gave us our twins. And in fact, I had to travel all the way. I traveled all the way to Abuja for our baby's christening. And I didn't tell her, I just spoke with the grandma. Because at the end of the day, I and the grandma, we became friends. So I just told the grandma that, Grandma, I will be coming. Don't tell her, don't tell your son. Give me the address. And she said, no, wahala. And when we got, like when they saw me, the husband was like, oh, I thought you said you are not in Nigeria. I said, yes, I am not in Nigeria. And I got to Lagos. And at the airport, I just told my assistant, I said, you know what? Take this home. I need to get a ticket to Abuja. I'll see you people in 2 days' time. And she was like, no problem. I called my husband, and my husband said, I was thinking I would not attend again. I said, I know I had plans. So she was surprised. I was like, you gave us our twins. So while Auntie Grandma was like, thank you so much. So like that, there are people who still come up with it's a lie, my body, or it's not my fault. And people will tell you it's some people would even say it's lazy women who actually hide behind PCOS. Or you can't
mm,
lose weight, or you can't add weight, or you can't do well, or you can't conceive because you're lying that it's PCOS instead of you to come out straight. And it's so sad that the people who even push these things out are more women, whom I
mm,
expected to understand us better and also be supportive. Yeah.
wow.
So we have been able to, yeah.
Hmm.
So
So
that's
this is
it.
like
But as
okay.
what did you
It's
say?
it's sad to hear that most of the misconceptions also come from women that invariably
Yeah.
should understand what other women are going through. right? It's
Exactly.
practically. And also just hearing that people feel like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, maybe the person has lived like a not so great, the person has like a contradictory past before, they are not able to take care of themselves, they've not kept themselves, those kinds of issues that like result into all these things. These are just like wrong narratives or misconceptions. And thank
Mm.
you for just highlighting that. So my final question to you at this time is, for anyone listening to us today, who wants to take action, whether they are like a professional, a policymaker, a community member, what's one concrete step
Yeah.
can you take?
But now I
What?
am defending them
Okay. So, my final question, if you can hear me at this time,
better
my
now.
final question,
I'm
yes, my final question
glad
is,
about that.
for anyone listening to us today, whether it's like a woman, a professional, policymaker, or a community member who wants to take one concrete
What did
step,
you
can
say?
you hear me?
I think the network is really draining.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay.
So, for anyone who is listening to us today and would like to take one solid concrete step, oh, okay, I'm guessing her network took her out. Well, guys, we'll soon be wrapping up today's session. We would soon be wrapping up today's session. And it has just been a very insightful session today. Just having to hear this and just be part of this conversation. It's just been so insightful. It's just been so insightful. And there are a couple of takeaways that I like from this interaction today, which is the first is, be intentional about what you eat, be intentional about your rest, that's like your sleep, be intentional about, I think she didn't say that directly, but I can also take this, like, take conscious efforts to read the labels of what it is that you are consuming. Yeah. So as much as you're keen about maybe informations that you allow yourself absorb, you also want to be keen about the foods, the drinks that you allow yourself take in. Just be conscious about it. And it's just beautiful to just hear that so many infertility issues could be reversed with a nutrition and a lifestyle change. Just hearing that a lot of, wow, this is good. This is really, really good. Really, really good. And I am super, super excited to just hear that. I'm just really, really excited to hear that. And hope she's able to just join us for the last part of the conversation. But it has been an interesting interaction this morning. This has been an interesting interaction. A learning experience, like I say, every single session for me, every single time on the podcast is a learning experience. It is just a learning experience for me. And I'm grateful every time that I'm grateful every time for the ability to be able to engage with these stakeholders and also just learn from them. It's just a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience. Yeah, so, so beautiful experience. Whew. Wow. So much to learn. So, so much to learn. So, so much to learn. So much to learn. A lot can change when we become more intentional. A lot can change where we become more intentional, where we just become more intentional. So much can change. So, so much can change. So, guys, I'm just waiting a bit to see if she's going to join us back. And I'm hopeful she's able to join us back. But just hearing her talk about the fact that once you are able to make certain lifestyle choices and changes, things will be different. Certain lifestyle choices and changes, things will be different.
you.
Okay, thank you
This
for coming back. Thank you. Can you hear
this
me?
network should, yes, I can. This network, they are showing us shaggy
It's one of
today.
those. So my final question is for anybody listening to us, whether policymakers, community members, or professionals, what's one concrete step they can take right now to help support women's nutrition and food security?
Okay, so for the policies for the policy makers,
So guys, bear with us. I guess she's having a bit of network glitch, but she should be back in no time. We're just wrapping up the conversation. But it's been a good interaction today. Honestly, it's just been a very good interaction. And I'm super excited about the conversation today. I learned so much concerning women's health. But my major takeaways are your eating with intentionality. Don't just consume anything. Prioritizing rest, understanding that herbs and medical sciences are not conflicted, that they could work hand in hand. So that's like a very good takeaway for me. And it's just been an interesting experience just having to learn from her today and also the most impactful work that they're doing with Bloom Initiative, which is really good. So yeah, I am super excited about it.
so fast. No issue. Imagine connecting three internets and hello,
Welcome
can you hear
back.
me?
Yes, I can.
Hello,
Yes, I can hear you.
hello.
I can, I can hear
Oh
you.
my god. Okay, okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I just hope
Um,
she grabbed the first explanation
so
I
let
created
me
today.
post the question on the screen.
She was like, I'm
Uh,
not doing interesting.
Let me share the question on the
The
screen.
internet is still not back. Okay.
So let me share the question on
Hello?
the screen. I can hear you. Can you hear me? So this is the question. The question is on the screen.
Oh, okay, okay. For someone listening right now who wants to take action, whether as a professional, policymaker, or community member, what is one concrete step they can take to support women's nutrition? Okay, so either as a professional, as a policymaker, or as anyone, the first action, the first step we need to take to support women's nutrition is that we should ensure a total free food, food that
Mm,
is free from chemical and also education. With this
mm,
little that we have been able to see here today, although the internet connection has been really funny. You can still read more. You can read more about it, and also just check out Bloom Woman Initiative, where we also dish out some of this information so that you can have more insight about it, and you start educating that woman beside you, either as a sister, mother, wife, girlfriend, partner, anyone, or a community that you belong to. First is educate them why they need to prioritize their health, why they need to eat with intentionality, not just eating. Even that child, as I said something on a TV station last year during PCOS awareness month, is I turned off my camera actually so that the network can work well. So
okay.
what I said that year was last year was immediately a girl hits the puberty stage where period starts. You need to start educating her about reproduction,
Mm,
reproductive health. Don't leave her with what she has learned in school. Biology, all of us did biology,
yeah.
and we know that they did not really go deep as what we experience now. There are so
Yeah.
many ladies out there who are having menstrual pains and they'll tell you, oh, it's normal. It is not. A whole
Really?
lot of things that we just look at and say, oh, it's a regular thing. I've seen a boss told our staff that, are you the first person to do menstruation? No. I tell my people here, whenever they reach out to me, I tell them, take your time and come if you can come. But if you can't come, no problem. That's it,
Mm,
because I understand how it can be. So let that education start. Then, as a policy maker, ensure that you help us with those bills that can be passed into law to favor these women so that our food will be looked into. They can help us to reduce chemicals. There is
mm,
like the women reproductive health is affected with so many things, even up to the relaxer that we are using. As some hair cream, toothpaste that we use. So please and please help us so that and when you empower one woman, you are empowering the whole community. When a
yes.
woman is healthy, the whole community is healthy. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. So that is what we need from you. And thank you so much for having me today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. This has been a learning experience for me personally, and I believe that also been a learning experience for my audience as well. Thank you so much, and thank you for the impactful work that you're doing with Tersly
Thank
Foods
you.
as well as Bloom Initiative. Thank you for spreading the
Yeah,
word
thank you.
about women's health and reproductive health. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And I'm just pleased to just hear the numerous testimonies you've shared, by virtue of people using your product, consulting and counseling with you. So for anyone that listens on this and would like to connect with you or like to take advantage of the products that you offer, please do tell us about like your product range, what your products, the kinds of products that you have, what they do, and how they can get access to those products. Particularly people within Nigeria, within Africa, how can they access this? So just tell us a bit about the products, how come we can access it, and that.
This network now, wow.
Can you hear me? Okay, Lady Sarah, can you hear me? Maybe I should type it. Uh, so, Lady Sarah, can you hear me? Various products.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so if anybody can hear me, I don't know how I can type.
Yes, I
Let
can
me
hear
just type
you. I can
this.
hear you.
Okay. In case they want to reach me, so that I can log out, I have another meeting now. In case they need to reach me,
Okay, so it's on the screen. Just quickly speak about it and how people can access it. Wow. Okay. So I'm guessing that the network took her out. Well, guys, I can tell you for free, one of the spaces you can have direct access to her is on LinkedIn. Her name on LinkedIn is Sarah Olagoke. You can follow Tesla's Food on LinkedIn, on Instagram as well. And you can also connect with her via those platforms, right? I wanted her to just share a bit about their product variants and what the product does. However, she wasn't able to do that due to the network connectivity issues. But guys, thank you so much for just being patient with us and just sticking it through till this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm guessing that would have to call it a day at this time. But just thank you so much for joining us from the start of it till now. So guys, for anyone that wants to reach out to her on how to get proper care and help with PCOS, please kindly reach out and connect with her via LinkedIn. Like I mentioned before, her name is Sarah Afolabi Olagoke, and also on LinkedIn, Instagram, I believe Facebook as well. Connect with your business, Tesla's Food, and Bloom Initiative. So, guys, thank you so much for your time and joining us today. Until next episode, please, this is me saying this, please subscribe. We have a ton of people watching the video, but they do not subscribe. So, guys, please do subscribe. The reason for the subscription is because so that we are able to share this message to as many people that would need to hear what we have to share with our community. So, please do subscribe and also like, comment, drop your questions, recommendations, and we'll definitely take them into considerations. But until next episode, stay healthy because health is wealth. Bye for now.